My name's Omar. I'm joined by Sean. We'll be doing the club version overview today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the topics list we have for you. So this webinar is designed for club executives and club members. We'll go over finding your club website through the district website and then get you logged in. Once we've logged in, we'll do an overview on all of the different modules in the club version of Club Runner, like membership, communication, contacts, and more. Once we get through our overview, I'll take you through navigating through the club's public website, and we'll explore some of the dashboard and menu items within. Time willing, we'll go through adding a member, uploading a document, either public or private, and then sending an email with that document to your new member, time willing, after we get through our overview. Let's go ahead and pull up our demo district account I have for you today. So here we are on the Club Runner Rotary District. So this is the district version of Club Runner, not necessarily the club version we're looking to log into. But if you do not know your club's website, but you do know your district website, starting out at your district website would be a good place to start. On your district's homepage, hopefully they've included this district information widget or the club directory link in the top navigation menu from their website. If it is not there, you can search for your club directory. Oh, I see I've already logged in, so I'm just going to log out. There we are. But back on the homepage, I can also search for the club directory by typing in club directory in the top right search bar and then pressing enter on my keyboard. Typically, the first result will be the club directory. So then you'd click club directory either from the homepage with those links on the website or searching for it. And then you would scroll down to your club. In this case, we're using the Rotary Club of Kipling as our demo club. And then you would click this little house icon to open the club's website. So I've clicked that house icon, and here we are on the Welcome to Rotary Club of Kipling website that we have for you. To log into the club's website, we're going to click member login in the top right. Okay, and as soon as you click member login, you'll be brought to the member login form where you'd enter your user's username and password. I'm going to go ahead and just copy in my user's username here and type in the password. Before I click login, in case you guys do not know your login information, you can click any of these three links: forgot username, forgot password, or new user, to open up the password recovery form. I'm going to quickly show you guys what that looks like by right-clicking and opening in a new tab. So here's the retrieve login information form for club websites. All that is required is your profile's email address. You would enter your email address, then click this blue submit button. As long as a profile is found for you with that email address, this page will reload with a green message at the top stating that a profile with your email address has been found and sent an email. At that point, you would open up your email client and then click the link. Your username would be displayed, and then you'd get a chance to reset your password. And after you've got your username and reset your password, you would enter that back in the member login form, and then we would click login. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Oh, I see I've got one of my profile credentials incorrect. Let's go ahead and try again here. There we are. I can tell it worked this time because I'm back on the club's homepage, but instead of member login in the top right, I see my user's name, member area link, and log out. Let's go ahead and enter the club's member area by clicking member area. Okay, and as soon as I've clicked member area, I'm brought to our dashboard page. Rusty is a site administrator, and I can tell because he is on the site administrator dashboard. It says right here in the top left. Any greater access level is able to view the dashboards for lower access levels. So site administrator is the greatest access level and can see what the dashboard looks like for executive access levels, editor access levels, and members. If you're a member logging in, this is what you'd see. So I've clicked members, there we are. You would just see a welcome, your name at the top, an edit my profile button below, and a few more buttons to click just below to view your attendance, the club's bulletins, any documents that the club has uploaded, your account statement, and more. I can scroll down just a bit more, and we've broken these into dashlets for your membership as well as administrators as well. So for a member, they have this My Club Runner dashlet, as well as the events and volunteering to sign up for volunteer sign up lists and events. Let's go ahead and take a look at the editor and site administrator dashboards. We're just going to take a quick look at them, and then we'll move on to where you can view your own profile's access level and how you would go about requesting that increase. So scrolling back to the top dashboard, I'm just going to click editors. And here in the editor version, we can see a similar My Club Runner dashlet. Need help will appear for editors and up. So if you're looking for assistance using your club's Club Runner website, you can click Contact Support from the Need Help section, or the Register for a Webinar to sign up for our regularly scheduled webinars. There's also a link to our knowledge base, clubrunnersupport.com, directly from this Need Help section. Scrolling down just a bit more, we have this What's New section for updates, like the changeover training you've all joined us for today. And further down, we have website content, communication, events, and volunteering for editors. So they're able to update website content, not directly update the homepage, but create content for the website overall. They're able to send emails, get events started, and help with building out the website. Going over to the next dashboard access level is club executives. So I'm just going to go ahead and click executives. Again, if we scroll down just a bit, the same My Club Runner and Need Help sections, and what's new, communication and events hasn't changed. Where it becomes a little different is this attendance dashboard to track member attendance for executives. And scrolling down just a bit more, we have this membership organization reports and RI integration dashlet. So executives are able to open and edit other member profiles. So they're given membership organization for committees and the executives list, as well as RI integration to see what specific updates from Club Runner have been integrated to Rotary International. And we'll spend a bit of time covering how you can view your RI integration settings once we open up the membership module to manage your club's membership. Okay, further below, we'll have the same website content dashlet that the editors had access to. And that's all the executives have access to. They don't have the website designer dashlet that I'm about to show you on the club site administrator dashboard. So scrolling to the very top, our last and greatest access level site administrators. I'm just going to click back into it. And again, My Club Runner, Need Help are the same. What's new? Communication, events, attendance, all the same that an executive would have access to, and membership organization reports and RI integration. Here's the new dashlet for your site administrators. They have the website designer dashlet as well, which gives them a quick way to go to edit the club's homepage. And they're the only access level that can make updates to the club's homepage. However, your executives and club editors can create custom pages, and time willing, I'll show you where you guys can start making custom pages for your club. You wouldn't need the greatest 30 site administrator access level to make those custom pages. Okay, let's scroll back to the top and show you guys where you can view your own profile's access level. So back as soon as you log in, say you're a member or editor or executive, you would see one of these dashboards and it would tell you what access level you have, but you can also click this edit profile button in the My Club Runner dashboard from any of the dashboards. So we're going to do that for Rusty Cutting here. And I do see the system is processing. There we are. So we're in Rusty's profile, where we've pulled up his personal tab with his personal information. Any member can edit their own profile's information. So Rusty, if he was just a regular member, he could open up his own profile and update that information. Access levels are stored in the settings tab. So let's go ahead and click settings. Okay, and as soon as I click settings, we can see on the left, club access level 30 site administration, and on the right we have his username and a change password link. So I'm logged in with Rusty's profile and I'm not able to decrease my own profile's access level, but we can change another member's access level. Let's quickly do that. So to change another member's access, we would click the similar dashlets, but in the top blue bar from our member area, membership, and then member list to open up the club's active member list. Okay, and only your club executives, the access level is 50-club executive, have access to open your active members list and edit the access levels. So let's say Alta Defray is looking to help our club with building up the website content. They shouldn't have access to, say, member profiles. They just need access to update the website. The first step would be to open up the active members list page we've opened already. Then we would click Alta's name. So we're going to go ahead and click their name. And now we're in Alta's personal tab of their profile. We would simply click the settings tab to view their access level. And here again, we see their username and club access level on the left. To change it, I'm going to click this edit button in the top right of the settings tab. Okay, and now we're editing the settings tab. I can change Alta's username if they're having issues logging in. I'm going to leave it as is. What we are here for is the club access level. So I can simply click the 70-member drop down here, and you'll see all of the different access levels in Club Runner. So I'm just going to scroll down just so you have a better view of that. So it's from least to greatest with 90-no access, meaning they would not be able to log into the club. Members who are added are automatically given 70-member, so they can log in, sign up for events and volunteer sign up lists, send emails to other members. And that's really mostly it. They can edit their own profile and sign up to items your club executives have created. We want to give Alta the 60 editor access level so they can help build the website, but they wouldn't be able to open up a member's profile and change their access or change their personal tab. They'd only be able to do that for their own profile. So I'm going to go ahead and click 60-editor, and the last step is to click this orange save. Before I do click that, I have got questions before about this MRO MER read only access. This is for our second events system, My Event Runner. This is a way you can give member access to read the events registrations without giving them the 60-editor or club executive access to make changes to other portions of the website. So say you have a member who's really pushing for an event and they help sort of initiate the process. You'd like to give them access to just view the registration for that event, but not be able to edit other member profiles. You can just flick on this MRO MER read only access and then click the orange save button. Okay, so now Alta can help build the club's website content like stories, images, photo albums, and custom pages. And we also gave her the MER read only access, so she'll be able to open up My Event Runner events and view the registrations and forms. Okay, let's go ahead and return to the dashboard. So to get there, I'm going to click admin in the top blue bar and then admin in the gray bar below. And then we'll talk a bit about all of the different modules before we go into our tutorials about adding a member, uploading a document, sending an email, and creating custom pages. So back on the admin dashboard, I can navigate around using the dashlets just below that we already looked at. Or I can use the top blue bar to go to the module, and then the gray bar just below would update depending on the module I've clicked. Just for example, I'm going to click My Club Runner. And as soon as I click My Club Runner, we see my profile, my commitments, my attendance, and more. If we scroll down just a bit, the My Club Runner dashboard has a lot of the same links. So you can navigate around either using the dashboard or the top blue and gray menus. I'm used to the top blue and gray menus, and you would typically first click the link from the dashboard to get where you're going. And then after that, you'd have to use the top blue and gray menus to navigate around more. So let's stick to the top blue bar. In My Club Runner, we have all of the items a member can access, my account balance, my own profile, and more. One useful link members can use is this documents link to open up the club's documents. So I'm going to go ahead and click documents, and you'll see Rusty, our site administrator, has uploaded 2 different folders of documents, event flyers and member application documents. And we'll come back to this time willing, but just a quick sort of overview. From the documents list, an executive or editor can add more documents by clicking this orange add button. They can also add more folders with this blue add folder button like we have for the event flyer and member application documents. And while you're adding documents, you'll have the option to choose either public access or requires login. If a document is set as requires login, if anybody finds the link, either using a search engine or you've linked it onto the website or you send an email, when they go to click the link, they'll be prompted to log in just like we logged in for Rusty before being able to open the document. If you upload a document as public, then anybody who has the link, either finding it on a search engine or receiving it through an email, or you've linked it to the website, will not need to log in to download the document. And on the documents list page, you can quickly tell which are require login and which are public. And that's done with the little lock icon that appears here. So we see personal details release form and member information PowerPoint kit have this little lock icon, and the May barbecue flyer and release form do not. So if I were to get the link for this document and share it in an email, these public ones without the lock icon will not require login. And we'll come back to this documents list to upload a document and link it into an email, time willing. Next module I'd like to show you guys is the communication module. Members also have access to communication to send emails. When you click communication in the top blue bar, typically you'll click email services in the gray bar just below to open up your own emails that you've sent from your own profile before. Rusty is a site administrator, and he's able to view all of the emails sent from the club's database. So after clicking communication email services, I can click show all emails, and it'll show me all of the emails sent before. It looks like our demo account hasn't sent emails, but we can send an email, and we will at the end of our training here. Okay, another important place to check in communication is the manage blocked emails list. I'm going to go ahead and click it. If you send an email from Club Runner and the email address could not receive the email for any reason, the reason would be added to this blocked email list. And until the member or contact is removed from this blocked email list, further emails will be dropped, which means the system sees that they had been sent an email before and won't attempt to send a new email to them until they're unblocked from this blocked email list. We do have an article that goes over unblocking email address and articles that go over everything that I'm about to show you in our training today. But effectively, if you see a block here, you'll have either a checkbox you can click on the left, or on the actions column on the right, you'll have a drop-down arrow, and then you'll see unblock, or if you check them using the checkboxes, an unblock selected button at the bottom of the list to unblock multiple simultaneously. Okay, let's move on to our next module, is the bulletin module. So I'm going to go ahead and click bulletin in the top blue bar. This is where your club would create your newsletters using a live designer very similar to our website live designer, which we'll use to create a custom page. So clicking bulletin, I can click manage bulletins in the gray bar below. I'm brought to this bulletin homepage that gives me a little intro. And if I scroll down just a bit, you'll see a recent bulletin section for our recent bulletins that we've either sent or are working on. Or on the right, a create bulletin or view bulletins button to view the full list of bulletins or create a brand new bulletin. Just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like to design a bulletin, I'm going to go ahead and click view bulletins to view our active ones, the ones that haven't been saved and archived. And here we see the May bulletin that's in draft. I can hover over it and then click this open button to open up the live designer. And this is our live designer, which is very similar to the website live designer. Effectively on the left, you have the live designer portion with its layout. In the top right, you'll have a content tab, a themes tab, layouts tab, properties, and text tab. Properties is the name of the item. So in this case, the bulletin's name, its date, the email subject and email editor, who it'll appear sent from, and more. You can also make bulletins require login or public. Layouts is where we'll see this banner full width section, or if I scroll down just below, this main section. This bulletin doesn't have a sidebar, but in the layout section for the bulletin designer, we can choose a layout with a sidebar, say this responsive header full width left sidebar. And then you'll see the layout automatically applied to the content you're working on, either a custom page or bulletin. The widgets already in the custom page or bulletin will stay in the layout section that they were in previously. So everything was in a big main column before. In our left sidebar full width layout, we have that same main layout section, and those widgets simply moved into that main section. If I want to add widgets to the left sidebar, I would simply go to the content tab in the top right of the Live Designer, and I'm just going to shrink down this pre-formatted widgets group. But we have many different widget groups. Pre-formatted widgets are simply text or images that you would add for just the bulletin or custom page you're working on, but I really suggest taking a look at our essentials and events widgets. Our essentials widgets will automatically copy your club executive information, stories your editor has created, albums your editors have uploaded, and you can list them right on the website, or on the bulletin and on the website using custom pages, I should say. Just to show you, for example's sake, in Essentials, we're going to drag this Executives and Directors widget by clicking and dragging the widget from the right content side into a layout section, any layout section, and above or below any other widget. So I'm holding it down still. We see this drop here for the left sidebar, but I can also drop it above our upcoming events widget or below, simply by moving my cursor above the widget while hovering over it or below. And if I let go, it drops it into place, and this executives and directors widget pulls the executive list from the organization module in the member area. Okay, and that's all I really want to show you about the bulletins. We do have full-length webinars coming up, as well as recordings, a 12-minute essentials recording to walk you through the full process. I just want to show you guys the basics, how to open up a layout, drag in some widgets into different layout sections. For most automatic widgets, you would simply hover over the widget and click this outbound arrow icon to go to where the widget is pulling its content from. For pre-formatted widgets, it's a pencil icon to edit its content right there in the designer. So I can click this pencil icon and I can include more text. Pardon me for not being more original here, but I can include more text with pre-formatted widgets or custom widgets. But Essentials events automatically pull information that's been entered in the member area. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next module, contacts. So I'm going to click contacts in the top blue bar. And I guess something I should say is Live Designers save our changes right away. I don't need to click save and exit. My little text update and dragging in the widget have all been saved live. I don't need to click save and exit. But carrying on, I can click contacts in the top blue bar, then manage contacts in the gray bar below to see all of our club's contacts. So here on the all contacts page, it looks like we've included members and other users. So your member profiles also have a contact record they come with. Other user records are simply a staff record that works like a member profile. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this because typically when you're opening up the contacts module, it's to add a non-member as a contact so you guys can email them at a later point. The contacts module also works with a few other modules, most importantly attendance. So if somebody is signed up as a meeting guest for one of your meetings, their information, if entered, is automatically added to this all contacts page. It looks like Patricia Robertson was one of those meeting guests, but their email address was not entered, so we don't have an email address for Patricia here. We will, time willing, add a contact once we get through our overview, and then we'll send our contact an email right after. Okay, you can also group contacts. I clicked contacts in the top blue bar, then manage contacts below to get just the list. But if you click manage groups in the gray bar just below, you'll see any system groups as well as custom groups. System groups are for that attendance module feature that I'm talking about, where when you add a guest, they're added automatically to the system meeting guest contact group. Sponsors is another system contact group that will include website sponsor information. There is one more for volunteers when creating and receiving volunteer signups using the volunteers module. And we'll get to volunteers shortly. Okay, next module, and we already took a quick look at it, was membership. After clicking membership, we have a few links below. We can click member list, dashboard, and so on. I really just want to show you members list and the inactive members list and other user list I was referring to. So I've clicked membership in the top blue bar, then member list in the gray bar below. Here we are on our active member list, and we can see Alta's access level increase right here. We did that 60 access. We can sort by members' names, access levels, types by simply clicking that link from the top of the list. So I'm going to go ahead and click access, and now all of the 30 site administrators are listed first. So Rusty, who we're logged in with, Christy, Natalina are all of our 3 site administrators, and then we have Alta as an editor, and everybody else is 70-member. To view your club's inactive members list, we would click inactive member list in the top left of the member list page. And you may note this gray menu will update depending in the module you're working in. So definitely after you click the module and then click into the gray bar below, check out the links in this left-hand menu. It'll include help article links, as well as links to settings pages for those modules or other pages to pull reports specific to those modules. Okay, just to quickly show you what that inactive members list look like, I'm going to click it. And here we are on the inactive members list. This club hasn't terminated any members, but to quickly show you how you can change a member's status, I'm going to go back to the active member list. And then for the member we're looking to terminate or make honorary, we would scroll to them in the list and then click the change status link on the right side of the page. And here you'll see 3 options: terminate, change member status, or edit active member type. Terminate would be to terminate a member from your club, which would move them into the inactive member list. Change membership status is for active to honorary or honorary to active. And edit active member type is to change active to active satellite or active corporate. An important note for Rotary clubs using RI integration: the other active membership types like active satellite and active corporate integrate to Rotary as regular member. They don't make a distinction for your corporate or satellite members. This is just a feature in Club Runner to help you sort your membership. So let's say Miguelita is not a regular active member, but actually one of our corporate active members. I would simply click edit active member type, and then on the following page, use the active membership type dropdown and choose the member type. So active-corporate, then save the update. Okay, and I do see it's processing here. There we are. We're back in Miguelita's member profile, where we click settings to open up the access levels. It brings us to the Rotary tab, and on the right, we'll see that membership type active-corporate. Okay, and that's how you can change a membership type, view your inactive members list. Other user list is very similar to member profiles. They don't integrate to Rotary International. They can log into your club's Club Runner website, and you can assign an access level to those other user records. So say you have a staff member who's helping the club build the website, you would create an other user record for them and assign the 30 site administrator access level to them so they can update your club's homepage, or give them the 60-editor access level if they shouldn't have access to member data, but should help with updating the website's content and creating custom pages. Okay, let's move on to our next module, organization. So I'm going to go ahead and click organization in the top blue bar. We'll see a few links below: executives, committees, dues and billing documents, which we looked at in My Club Runner earlier, meeting responsibilities, participation points, and comments management. I just want to show you a handful of these links. In organization, you can click executives and directors, and you'll see your club's listed executives and directors. I want to make another important note I should share. If your club president, president-elect, secretary, executive secretary, and treasurer, and there's 2 or 3 more other positions are set, these executives can log into the district's website, and they'll be able to use the district site to manage your club's membership, RI integration status, this same executives list, and RI integration. I think I may have already said that, but so just keep that in mind. We've logged into the club website and we're using club access levels to navigate around, but on the district website, your club executives listed here have access to manage the membership information and club information for your club, also using the district version of Club Runner. Okay, the next 2 items I'd like to show you in organization are dues and billing. Actually, that's 3. So committees, dues and billing, and documents. Let's click committees here. Okay, I don't see committees saved, but that's okay. You can create a committee to group up members who are part of your annual fundraising committee or your membership committee. They would be listed here in the organization's committees list. To add a new committee, you would click this orange add new committee and then choose the director. And once that's set, you would click into the committee and add members to that committee. You can choose between yearly and standing committees. So in the menu on the left here, I'm hovering over view yearly committee. That's this same page with the current 2022-23 year. For standing committees, which are just part of your club innately, they don't change year to year. So a membership committee or a projects committee, typically, you can create these as standing committees without having to re-enter them year to year. Okay, that's what I have for you for committees. Let's go ahead and click dues and billing in the organization module. Here we are on the billing homepage with our 4 invoices sent on April 11th, but for dues in prior months, as well as a cookout event extras bill. Bills are a quick way you can add some billing items to invoice your membership for membership dues, for additional add-ons at events, and more. Really, you can create a billing item and then have it be whatever it is you're looking to charge the membership for. They can't enter in their own prices for billing items, is an important note, but you can create new bills with this orange create new bill button. You can also view the member account statements for any outstanding bills and outstanding balance. On organization dues and billing, you would click account statements from the left-hand menu. Okay, and I've clicked account statements and we can see the member's name on the left here. Enrica Bunt, for example, has an outstanding balance of $60, and there are a few more members with outstanding balances. We can click show transactions on the right to view their full account statement. And this is what they would see when they click my club runner on logging in and then click my account balance in the gray bar below. But we're an administrator / executive, so we can access all of the members' account balances. So let's do it for Nil done here. And here on Nil's account statement / billing transactions, we see he was selected for 3 invoices, but wasn't included on the cookout event extras invoice. Okay, you can apply payments using dues and billing, adjust member account statements. That's all done through the list of links on the left here. You'll see payment entry to enter a payment for a single member, multiple payment entries to enter them for multiple members. I'm clicking through to that. So here you can enter in the amount a member is paid, say $60. $60, you can include a transaction date and a comment, then preview the payments, and then submit the changes to the account statements. You can also credit adjust, debit adjust, or cancel transactions. All of these just appear on the member's account statement with the note you enter for the adjustment. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to RI integration. I'm going to go ahead and click RI integration, then RI integration settings in the gray bar below. I want to mention our demo account isn't hooked up to Rotary International for integration, but you would be able to click RI integration and RI integration settings. If you guys have turned on RI integration for your club, we're going to scroll down just a bit. Instead of this note for our demo account, you would see an integration has been made active and then a name and a date to say when the integration was turned on. And on the right side of that message, you would see ideally a read and update to denote that Club Runner can read the information at Rotary International as well as send updates to Rotary International. There is a read-only vendor status that your executives can put Club Runner in which case we're only able to read what's entered at Rotary International, but not automatically update the membership information, executives information, or club information. So if you were to add a new member and you've turned on the RI integration with read and update, that new member added in Club Runner will automatically integrate up to Rotary International for you. That doesn't work in reverse, so updates entered at my.rotary.org do not automatically copy into Club Runner, but there are ways to copy member profiles and executives entered at my.rotary.org into Club Runner without having to retype that information. Say you open up your club's RI integration settings page and you don't see that the integration has been made active. What would you do? Well, you would need to loop in your club executive president or secretary to follow the article that I'm about to share with you. So if the integration isn't turned on, you would reach out to your executive to ideally turn on the integration so they only have to enter those updates in one place. And then I would pull up clubrunnersupport.com, our knowledge base. Here we store our videos and recordings for webinars, including the changeover training that you guys are watching now. It'll be made available typically a few weeks after our final training session on April 23rd, but we have the 2022 recordings in videos and webinars. I'm just going to click and show you videos and webinars, changeover training 2022, but I just want to talk about RI integration. So I'm going to go back and just scrolling down the clubrunnersupport.com homepage, you'll see this Rotary International Integration section. I'm just going to click the section's title. Scrolling down just a bit more is our club integration subfolder, and the first article takes you through the steps to set Club Runner as a data management vendor in Rotary International, and then come back to Club Runner to flick on the checkbox on the RI integration settings page to enable the integration. So I've clicked through to the article. If I scroll down, there's this @rotary.org section with a link to a document on Rotary's website, and then the final steps in Club Runner that you would click to turn on the integration. You'd see that date and name, and if we've been set as a read or read and update, you would see a message just to the right on the RI integration settings page. Okay, let's go ahead and return to our demo website. Sorry, Bill, I do see your question. I'm not monitoring questions, but Sean is. But clubrunnersupport.com is just exactly that, clubrunnersupport.com. And you can also click through from the member area. It's a great question. So if I'm back in my club's member area, you can also click help in the top blue bar, and then support center. Or if you want to reach us out directly, submit a ticket. So you can also get to our knowledge base with help and then support center in the bar just below. Okay, let's carry on. That's all I have for RI integration settings. I won't be able to test it. We do have a deep dive series where we take you guys through common errors when sending updates to Rotary International and how to resolve them using Club Runner. Okay, let's carry on to attendance. I'm just going to click attendance in the top blue bar, then dashboard in the gray bar below. Here we see the years of meetings within the club. So we had a meeting in February and we had a meeting in March, and it displays the overall percentage on the right. To create new meetings, you would click attendance, then meetings in the gray bar just below, or meetings in the list of links on the left side of the page. And then on this page, you can click add a meeting to create a new meeting. It would, as soon as you save it, it would appear opened, and then you could click through to the meeting. So I'm just going to reopen this April 4th meeting. When you go to create a new meeting, it had already been open and this would say 0. But after you do that, you would click the date of the meeting to open a page similar to this. And if we scroll down just a bit more, you'll see your club's active member list where you can check who had attended the meeting. Okay, only one person was missing, Enrica, but you can also add guests. I'm going to click this guest tab. Oh, I need to save my update first to mark Enrica as done. But then if I click guests, this is where we can add guests to our meeting, and their information will automatically be saved to the contacts module. Okay, you can also create and assign makeups to give members makeups for having missed meetings. I won't have time to cover that, but our attendance training, definitely we will go through that. Let's carry on. Back in the top blue bar, we have the website module. I'm just going to go ahead and click website, then designer home. Editors, 60-editor, will have access to this designer home. They wouldn't have access to open and edit the homepage from this recent pages section, but they would have access to create new custom pages and view your club's custom pages with this view pages button. You can also, editors can also create website stories. So from this list of links on the left, I can click stories, or I can click website content and then click homepage stories. Stories are just a quick way to display information on the club's website. There is a widget which pulls the stories onto your homepage or a custom page. There's also a built-in stories list page, which just displays the stories on the website. I'll quickly show you guys where that is. So in the top right of my member area, I'm going to open up home in a new tab by right-clicking and then clicking open a new tab. Here we are on the public homepage. And if I just search stories, we should find them. I just want to see if we've linked them. Oh, here we are. News and updates. We have club stories in the menu just below. And if I click that, First Club in Philippines is one of our website stories, Young Inventor Eco-Friendly Bricks, and so on. So if you guys are creating website stories, they'll live on this stories page. And if you have the homepage stories widget, I'm just scrolling for it. Yes, here we are, Club Stories. It'll also display the stories on the websites. We have that same rotary at the start of United Nation, Young Inventor Eco-Friendly Bricks. You only have to enter it in the member area once, and then it can be pulled into bulletins, onto the website, onto the built-in story list page, and more. Let's go back into the member area. I'm just going to close out this tab. And let's take a quick look at the image library. So in the same website module, I'm going to click image library in the gray bar below. And this is where your club would store images to reuse on the website. So if I scroll down just a bit more, you'll see these folders. The first two are locked, Club Runner images and Rotary images. We set these images and they're not further changeable, but you will have an admin folder specifically for your club's admins, as well as the My Images folder, which any member or executive can upload images to. So I can click My Images. These are the 3 images we've uploaded to our club account, and we've created a subfolder, Rusty's images, by right-clicking My Images, then choosing new subfolder, and Rusty has uploaded some of his own images. You can upload more images in the image library by opening up your subfolder or the main My Images folder, and then you can click the green upload button at the top of the folder to open up your device's file explorer and then select the images to add to the library. So I've scrolled down just a bit. We can add more images, say this Easter egg hunt image. I've simply clicked once and then I can click open. But a handy tip I'd like to share with you guys is if you have a list of images, you can click the first image in your list, then hold down the shift key and then press the last image in your list. And that'll select all of the images in between. Or you can click one image and then hold down the control key or command key on your keyboard if you're using an Apple device, and then select the other images without selecting the ones in between. So I've selected 4 images without the ones in between, and then I can click open, and I've uploaded all 4 images. You can also drag and drop images from the folder explorer right into this gray area, and they'll also upload into your club's image library. Okay, let's carry on. Back in the top blue bar, we're going to click reports. I have a few reports I'd like to show you guys and some I just want to talk about. So I've clicked reports. Let's go ahead and click eDirectory Reports 2.0. So these are templated reports we've created for you guys. All you have to do is generate the report for when you're looking to get its most current data and then download it. So again, reports, then eDirectory reports, and here you'll see club executives and directors to list your club executives and directors with photos, I should add. This one includes other position types, say board members, not necessarily executives and directors. You can also include committee chairs and members. There's also these standing reports for membership with photos or without photos as well. You would simply open up eDirectory reports, click regenerate, and then within 30 minutes, you would come back to this page and the Word and PDF icons would be available to click and download a copy of the report with the photos or with the executive information. Okay, let's scroll back to the top. There's eDirectory Report Builder, where you can create your own reports that'll appear in this list page. I won't have time to cover that, but we may in our reports training. Next is Club Dashboard for a breakdown of all of the sub-reports here. So Club Dashboard would include years of service, age distribution, gender distribution, and so on. I'm just going to show you what these sub-reports look like. So let's go ahead and click Gender Distribution. Okay, I do see we are running a bit low on time, but I'm going to go ahead and get through events, volunteers, and donations. We'll leave membership success for one of our ending changeover trainings, and I am hosting that training where I'll take you guys through linking the membership success forms onto the website. But for now, let's wrap up reports, events, and volunteers. So in reports, this is gender distribution. We can see our club's breakdown of male, and it seems that female was left out. So in this case, it's defaulting to unknown, but unknown or prefer not to identify is a gender option. There's also a non-binary option, and those would be listed on this page as well. I think we've just left them as prefer not to identify. So it's displaying as unknown. I'll be sure to reach out to our team for our demo account about that. But for your club websites, you'll ideally have a male, female, prefer to not identify, and other gender identity listed if your members are using that. Next is login activity, where you can see how recently members have logged into the club. So again, reports login activity. Scrolling down just a bit, I see within the last month, 4.8% of our membership have logged in this pie chart. And then I can also see other duration breakdown. Seems many have not logged in into our demo account. And if I scroll down just a bit more, there's also this list/spreadsheet view of the report, where you can see the within 1 month, only one active member had logged in. We can click view to see who that member was. We can also click export to Excel/CSV. This is available for many of the reports, and you can download an Excel sheet of the report. Really this spreadsheet portion right here, it'll tell you within the last month, this portion of active or honorary members logged in, 1 to 3 months, 4 to 6 months, and so on. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on reports. There's so many, so definitely play around with reports and the content tab in the Live Designer. There's so many items to check out in that content tab. Let's carry on to events. So I've clicked events, and you'll see event planner, event type speakers, my event runner. My event runner is our second event system. If you guys have an integrated online payment account, event planner, everybody will have access to with or without an integrated online payment account. Here on Kipling, we've created Etobicoke Cookout and Victoria Day celebration. I don't have time to go through the event creation process, but to show you what these look like on the website, I can definitely do that. So in the top right, I've right-clicked homepage, and then I'm opening it up in a new tab. That didn't seem to work. Let's give it another go. Actually, let's use our district homepage to open up our district club directory to open up our homepage again. Here on the Rotary Club of Kipling homepage, we should have, there we are, calendar, events calendar. Okay, and this page will display your club's events. So I can click list just to get a quick list here, and we'll see we have a speaker, John Valentine, Charles Hampton. But if I scroll down a bit more, there's our Etobicoke Cookout event. I've clicked through to it, and here's our events description. On the right is our events contact and the payment fee, the registration fee we've set for the event, $30 in this case. And then members can register. We've enabled the public to be able to register, so guests can register, and you're also able to create a volunteer sign-up list, which would appear as a third button to collect volunteers for your event as well. Okay, let's go back into the member area. Here we are in the member area events. You can create speakers just like we talked about. You can also create calendar items, which are just sticky notes for your calendar. There isn't registration or any other interactive component. They're simply a way you can include some information. You can include a link on the calendar items. Those would just appear on the calendar page. People can click them and then open up the information. Visitors can also subscribe to your club's website calendar to automatically add events you create on their own calendar. Okay, let's wrap up volunteers, and I'll show you how donations looks on the website, and then we'll move on to Q&A session. And thank you, Sean, for marking a few live here. Let's just hold off for another 2 minutes. So back in the top blue bar, I'm going to click volunteers, then view sign up list to view all of our active sign up lists. Our demo account hasn't set any. Let's see if we have any archive ones by clicking show archive. No, so there's no sign up list saved here, but volunteers is available right out of the box. It can collect member signups and should be associated to an event. There is a pro version of volunteers that doesn't need to be associated to events and can collect public volunteer signup lists. When creating a signup list, you can associate them to an event to have that third button on the events registration page like we talked about. Next is donations. The donations module does require an integrated online payment account, either with Paya, our preferred payment processor in US, or Worldline, our preferred payment processor in Canada. If you guys have an integrated online payment account, you would ideally click donations, then donation settings in the gray bar below. It'll pull up this donation settings page where your first step would be to click this orange setup button, and then you can configure your first donation campaign. Just to quickly show you what this looks like on another demo account, I'm just pulling it up as we speak here. Pardon me for the delay. Okay, and I've got the link. So here we are. I'm going to pull up a separate demo account. We're not logging into it. I just want to show you what the donations module looks like once configured. So here we are on another demo account. This is the donations list page for that account. So at the top, we have our main campaign, the Healthy Heart Foundation campaign. And if I scroll down just a bit more, we have another bike rides donations campaign. So it appears as an additional campaign below the main campaign. From here, we can click donate now, and then it'll bring up this page where it'll display text and images you enter in the description, as well as the options you've set for that campaign. You can click one of the options, then click donate, or a visitor would ideally, and then they would see this form where they can enter their donor information and credit card payment information to submit the payment. And this does require our integrated online payment accounts. Okay, let's go back. That is all of the scheduled content that I have for our training today. I was hoping to get through the email and add member, but going over the modules definitely took up a little more time than I expected. I'd be great to answer some questions that you've shared with me live. Sean?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Omar, for going all of that over all of that information. And thank you everyone for asking questions in our Q&A section. So yeah, we do have some questions that we do want to cover in the live Q&A session here towards the end. So Omar, one of the questions we have here is for the documents module, how do we create a subfolder?
Sure, yeah. So to create a subfolder for documents, let's go ahead and go back into the club's member area. So again, you would click member login, enter your credentials, and then you'll be back here and then click member area in the top right. To upload documents, you would click organization in the top blue bar, then documents in the gray bar below. To add a folder on the documents list page, we'd click this blue add folder button, and then you could create your folder, say, I'm just going to title it example folder. Pardon me for being unoriginal. But once you've saved your example folder name, the last field is subfolder of. And if we click subfolder of, you can place this example folder 2 within events flyers or member application documents. So I'm going to go ahead and choose event flyers and then click save. And now we have example folder 2 within event flyers. I'm not certain if Eve was also asking for the image library, but just to quickly show you, Eve, that's pretty quick too. We're going to click website in the top blue bar, then image library in the gray bar just below. For your club's My Images folder or admin folder, if you have the greatest access level 30 site administrator, you would right click that folder, My Images or admin, then click new subfolder, and then enter in the name of that folder. So I'm going to say Kerwin's folder. Kerwin's another member of the club, and then I'm going to click OK. And as soon as I click OK within My Images, there's Kerwin's image folder. It's empty now because we haven't uploaded images to it. But again, you can do that with the green upload button at the top here. Perfect. More questions?
Yep, perfect. Thanks, Omar. So another really great question is, where can I order Club Runner?
Perfect. That's a great question. So I hope you guys had a club website while I was demoing the account, but if you don't, or you're curious about Club Runner, you can order or sign up for a free trial from our homepage. It's not the same as our knowledge base, clubrunnersupport.com. Our homepage is clubrunner.ca, and then just press enter on your keyboard. It'll pull up our homepage, site.clubrunner.ca. To order Club Runner, you would click this order button in the top bar, and you'll see club version or district version. At this point, you would click order now to order Club Runner. To request a free 30-day trial, instead of order, you would just click this request trial button in the top right. And if you scroll down, this is completely free. You don't even need to enter your credit card information, completely free trial form. You just need to enter your first name, last name, your club's name, district, email address, and where your club is a part of. And we prefer to know how you heard about our company, and you can include the product that you're interested in, club version, district version, enhancements that we offer for Club Runner. Just let us know with this form, and any comments or questions, you would check this CAPTCHA checkbox and I agree checkbox, and then you can click submit. We also have this optional checkbox to receive more communication from our team. Thank you, Sean. I'm good for more questions, and I'm okay to stay an extra 5 minutes in case we don't get to one or two, just to make sure everybody has answers.
Yeah, so we actually got several online payment related questions in the last couple minutes. So could you just quickly go over how they get the online payment module?
Thank you, and a great follow-up question. So you can look into and sign up for integrated online payment accounts also from our homepage, clubrunner.ca. On clubrunner.ca, I always suggest clicking features in the top blue bar, then scrolling down 3 rows, you'll see online payment on the right. We're going to click online payment. There we are. This page just talks a bit about the integration in Club Runner. Really, we need to scroll to the bottom, and then you would click the country your organization is a part of. Say you guys are from the US or Canada or Australia, for example, you would click any of those countries. Let's click US. Here we're brought to our partnered payment processor, Paya's page. If we scroll down about halfway, you'll see the pricing table for the fees from Paya for processing transactions online. So this is outside of Club Runner. Paya is charging for using their online payment account. You would apply by scrolling to the just below this pricing table, and you can download the information kit is the first download link, and the second download link is the actual application form. Once you download and fill out the form, you can send it to our contact, Rick Garbowski. His information should be on the form, but if it isn't or you're not able to find it, definitely reach out to us. And just to go over that again, clubrunnersupport.com is the fastest way you can reach out to us. And in the top right of our website, you can click this blue contact us button, and then you would fill in the form, say, I'm interested in integrating online payments or using donations. We can help you from that point. We'll include the pages on our website, some articles about setting up the donations module. And then of course, if you have any questions, you can always reply to the email. We are happy to help. Thank you, Sean.
Perfect. Thanks, Omar. We do have another question here. This one is related to the calendar that we have built into Club Runner.
Yeah.
A user was asking if members can update their personal calendar that they have with the Club Runner. So can they subscribe to the Club Runner calendar?
Yes, yes. So members don't need to go and re-add the calendar item you create on their own calendar. The fastest way to get the club's events is to subscribe to the calendar. So we're in the member area in our demo here. I'm just going to click home to go to our public homepage. Here we are, Kipling Rotary Club. Ideally, you guys have kept the link for event calendar still in the navigation menu, but we can also search for event calendar, and it should display, pardon me, let's try events. I don't see it, but that's okay. We can simply click through it through the calendar menu item to events calendar. It'll pull up the club's calendar page, and if we scroll just past the month, so here we see John Valentine, our speaker, Charles Hampton, another speaker, that Etobicoke cookout event that we saw earlier. This is the button we're looking for, subscribe to calendar. I'm going to go ahead and click it. And as soon as I do, I'm given the URL to add to my calendar service. When I add this URL, you have an install calendar from web option. I definitely know that's an option in Outlook. You just need this URL. You would paste it in and then click OK. And then all of the events your club sets up on Club Runner are automatically copied into Outlook calendar or Apple Calendar. And if your visitor clicks the subscribe to calendar link, they can press any of these 3, calendar and Outlook, Google Calendar or Apple Calendar links, and it'll open up our article on how they can subscribe to the calendar. So if I was using Outlook, here we are on that same calendar page, subscribe to calendar button, and then here are the steps in Outlook to add the calendar. And there should be an add calendar from web or from internet option as we see here, and then you just throw in that URL and everything the club creates appears in the members calendar or visitors calendar. Another great question, Sean. Thank you. I'm good for more.
Yep, so we do have another question here about the image library, and the question is, can we delete images from the image library?
Yes, you can remove images from the image library. They are not permanently deleted and can be restored. I would suggest caution when deleting images. If an editor has linked those images onto the website and then you delete them, they will appear as broken on the website. But just to show you exactly how you can delete an image in the member area, we would click website in the top blue bar, then image library in the gray bar just below. Here you'll see that same My Images folder we saw. Let's just go ahead and click My Images. Here we'll see some of the images that we've uploaded. I know we haven't linked to this image on the website, so I can click it once or right click it. And then I should say you have to right click it. You have to right click the image and then you click the delete option. So let's do that for this Easter egg hunt image and then click OK. Okay, and there it is. The image has been deleted. To restore it, we would go back to the top right and then we'd click deleted images archive. And then you'll see for each of the folders, any images deleted from that folder. So my images, here's Easter egg hunt. I would simply right click it and then restore the file and click OK to bring it back into the active image library. So we go back to image library, my images, there's our restored Easter egg hunt. We just need to right click and choose delete. I'm good for more. I see we are at 7. Let's do 2 or 3 more, Sean. And if we haven't got back to your question, please do reach out to us, clubrunnersupport.com. Click the blue contact us button. We're happy to help. We'll also do our best to review any open questions and follow up with you as well. But I'm good for 1 or 2 more questions, Sean.
Yep, there was a question here about actually our future sessions and what we have coming up. They were asking specifically about any email sessions, but where can we go to find out more about other future sessions we have coming up?
Perfect. Another great question. Thank you, Sean. In the top blue bar, the easiest way to get to our other training is clicking help and then clicking webinars in the gray bar just below. Let's click webinars. It'll take you to our regularly scheduled webinars page, which we've put on hold for the Changeover training. You would just scroll down a bit and then click register here for the Changeover training series. There's also an easy way to just navigate to it. All you need to do is type in clubrunner.com/training. And that's all you have to enter. Then we click enter on our keyboard and it'll take you to the same Changeover training page. For email specifically, I would go to our communication training in Club Overview. It should be here. I'm not going to scroll more for it. Membership management may include it. Events will definitely include event emails as well. So there are many ways, but another way you can find out how to send an email is clubrunnersupport.com. I'm just going to type that in. And then I can also just search for how do I send email. Maybe easier to just keep it less. So send email. And how do I send an email? I simply click the article's link. And then this article includes image to walk you through the steps. You'd click member area to log in, my Club Runner email message center. This is for members, but the steps will work for your executives. And then it'll take you to the email services communication page where you can click compose new message. It also talks about viewing stats and stuff. But there's our create email page. You select your recipients on the left, enter a subject, and there's a big text box to enter information to. I'm just going to scroll to it. There we are. This is sort of that text box editor with link options and image options, which use image library images. And then you can attach items and schedule emails to send. I apologize, I didn't have time to cover it, but we will in our upcoming trainings. And there always are articles which will walk you through those same processes as well. One more question before we wrap up, Sean? Thank you.
I have one more question. I actually think it's something we get fairly often. It's an important question. The question was about uploading board meeting minutes to the document module.
Yeah.
How do we make sure that that's for members only and not public? So if we can just
Thank
go over
you.
the public and Yeah.
Yes. So say you have an event flyer or member meeting minutes that really should be private. Here's how you can um, here's how you can add those documents in the member area. We would click organization in the top blue bar, then documents in the gray bar just below. Here's where we added that example folder, but to add a document, instead of clicking the blue add folder button, we're going to click this orange add button. As soon as you click add, you'll be brought to this form where you can title the document. Let's say board meeting minutes. So this one I think should be require login. So I've entered the title, and as soon as I click outside of the title box, this permalink field is entered for me. You do not need to enter any information in this permalink box. It'll be based off the title. It's one of the links that the document is available at. Next, is the description. It's not required, but does give whoever's coming back to the documents list an idea about what the document is about. So we can go meeting minutes, April 16th, for example, or just a brief overview or description of the document. Next is the document folder. If we leave it as top level folder, it'll just live outside of a folder at the very bottom of the list. But if we click document folder, we can choose which folder it should fall under. Let's say member application. I'm going to also throw in the title here just to make sure. I think we have a similar document. Okay, and then the next is the question that you're asking here, is this access level option. We can either set it to public, so if anybody finds the link or we link to it on the website or in emails, they do not need to log in. But in this case, for our board meeting minutes, they should require login. So I'm going to keep it as it was when I open up this page. By default, it sets it to require login. Next, we would click the choose file button at the very bottom to choose the file from our device. So I've clicked choose file. Here's my file explorer. I can double click board meeting minutes, and there it is. It's been uploaded to this document listing. Note, we do cap document sizes at 15 megabytes. If your file is bigger, we suggest splitting it into parts. So if you have a PDF, you can save the first half of the pages and then the second half of the pages, and then upload them as parts in a folder to organize them together. You can do the same for PowerPoint images or other large image files, or other large documents, I should say. The last step is to simply click this orange save button in the bottom right. And there we are, we've saved it. There's our board meeting minutes April 16th document. Just to show you how this works, is we're gonna go ahead and click this get link option on the right side of the page. This gets us the document link. So I've clicked get link. Here's my browser pop-up with the link all there for me. I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight it all, then right click and copy. So my browser knows I've logged into the Rotary Club of Kipling. To test, I'm going to open up an incognito browser, which doesn't remember my login credentials. In Google Chrome, we would click these three dots in the top right, then go new incognito window, and then I'm going to paste in that link we copied while I was logged in the regular browser session. So there it is, and I'm going to press enter. And this session doesn't remember I've logged in, so it prompts me for my credentials before I'm able to view the document. Just quickly pulling up my credentials here to show you if we do log in, it's downloaded, and I should be able to do this for you really quick as our last question. Nope. There we are, I changed it. There we are. Oh, of course. There we are. So I have logged in successfully, pardon me. And after logging in successfully, we get this little screen saying that the download will start soon. And there it is, it's downloaded to my browser. I can click it and it should open in my Excel software here. Awesome. And in this case, it was some template member data that isn't entered and using some example email addresses. So it wasn't actually board meeting minutes, just an example document I was using. Awesome. That is all the content I have scheduled for today. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for joining us today. If you didn't get your question answered, or after our training today, you had some more questions, definitely reach out to us. Fastest way in the member area is help, and then submit a ticket, or the most direct way is clubrunnersupport.com. This is our knowledge base with our recorded videos, guides, many help articles. You can search using the search bar at the top. To reach out, just click contact us in the top right, fill in the form and submit it. We typically reply within 1 to 2 business days, so you should have an answer within 1 to 2 days. Let me go ahead and pull up our slide with some resources here, and thank you again, everybody, for joining us.